What's up, brewheads? Welcome to another Brewthirty, where I drink a beer and pair it with a toy. Today, we are doing an exciting beer review, one that I've been looking forward to for quite a while now. So we'll just go ahead and skip to it and share it with you guys. Voltron Hazy IPA from Four Hands Brewing Company down there around St. Louis. This is a beer, like I said, I've been looking forward to for a long time. Four Hands has put these out before. This is volume 5. This is the first time I've tried this beer, actually. They have put out a beer dedicated to all 5 lines of Voltron. But before we get going, you know what we're going to pair this beer with. Voltron, the legendary defender of the universe. This is one of my Voltron figures. And I absolutely love Voltron. And we'll talk about him in a second as well. Like I said, this is the 5th volume of this. And they put one out for each of the 5 lions that form Voltron. And thanks to my bro Derek, he discovered this for me and bought it and brought it over. And I was just chomping at the bit to review this beer. They've put out the 5 lions, and each can is a different art. I would love to have all of the 5 cans, but unfortunately this is the only one I was able to procure. So let's go ahead and get this thing sampled. Like I always say, guys, there's no right way or wrong way to pour a beer. You pour your beer the way you want. I will pour my beer the way I want, and we will still be friends. Guys, when I was a kid growing up, and Voltron first graced the television screens of a local affiliate here in Illinois, it was a TV station out of Indianapolis called WTTV4, I believe. And I would come home every day after school at St. Mary's, and I would watch Voltron. It was my favorite cartoon at the time. I even loved it more than I loved G.I. Joe. And when Matchbox acquired the license for Voltron, and they started bringing these figures, the Go Lion figures, over here to the States, I had a couple friends who had gotten Voltron, and all I wanted was my own Voltron. So I really wanted one badly, and it was my 4th grade year, I believe, of school, and my dad promised me if I got honor roll all 4 quarters that year, he would get me a Voltron's 5 lions. So challenge accepted. I got all honor roll all 4 quarters, and we went to, I believe, Walgreens at the time in the mall over in Terre Haute, Indiana, to get this Voltron, and it was super expensive. I think the black lion was $25 at the time, the blue and the yellow was $25, and the red and the green were $25. So all 3 would have been upwards of $75 to $80. And in 1984, that was quite a bit of money. And for a parent with 5 kids and 1 income, my dad reneged on that promise. So I only got the black lion, and I never forgot that. That's probably why I'm addicted to buying toys. It's my childhood trauma story. I love to share it with everybody, and I give my parents shit about it all the time. So when I graduated from college at the University of Illinois in 1998 with my engineering degree, all my friends were buying cars and all this fancy shit. I bought a Voltron's 5 lions for myself. It's one of the first things that I bought. This is what I bought. Unfortunately, it's not the original Matchbox version. This is a Trendmaster version released in the late 90s, and I've had it ever since, and I love this thing, and I just popped it out of the box for this beer review. So that's my Voltron story. So like I said, this is volume 5. It features the blue lion right here, and it comes in at 7% alcohol by volume out of Four Hands Brewing, which I've had several of their beers. And this is a hazy IPA. Let's sample this thing. It contains, let's go ahead and tell you the hop profile. They did put the hop profile on here. Cashmere, Citra, and Idaho gem hops. I think it smells great. It has a nice citrusy aroma, a little bit of a hop back end. Let's give it a taste. Oh, really good. So it's a hazy IPA, but I don't get the super hazy taste that I normally get with a lot of hazy IPAs. Some of them can be really heavy, like grapefruit juice forward, which is okay for 1 or 2, but it's really not my jam all the time. I would say this almost has a, if you've ever tried wheat beers, this almost has like a weedy up front taste and almost a lager back end with a nice dry hoppy finish. I'm wondering if that's the Cashmere or the Idaho Gem hops give it that lagerish back taste. I know some people do cold filtered or cold brewed IPAs, and they almost have a lager taste to them because most lagers are cold brewed, or all lagers are cold brewed. But yeah, this is really, really good. I don't know if I could drink a lot of these just because that weedy up front can get really, really, I don't know. I don't, how do I want to put this? I like wheat beers. Wheat beers don't like me. I've never really been able to really get into wheat beers. So whenever a beer, like some of these IPAs use a certain hop that gives it that weedy, almost bitey front end, it's hard to drink a lot of them. I like a really smooth IPA. But this is actually really good. I would love to try the other 4 and see how different they are. I'm assuming they're all different. But this is absolutely a great beer. And even if it wasn't, I would tell you it was great because it's a Voltron themed beer. And goddamn, who doesn't love Voltron? I absolutely love this one. I have a few other figures. There's a lot more out there in all different shapes, sizes, and quality. And this is the one that I decided to buy. And I absolutely am a huge Voltron fan, and have always been a Voltron fan, and probably always will be a Voltron fan. So guys, definitely check this beer out. I think it's good. If you're down around the St. Louis area and you're a big fan of Voltron, like I am, you should grab one of these and use it as a collector item and grab yourself a Voltron while you're at it. Let me know in the comments whether you're a big Voltron fan, if you tried this beer. And guys, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Cheers.